Ah, yes, let's do something that you should never ever do, which is to tell potentially thousands of people online what really annoys the hell out of you. Fortunately, my crowd aren't club-footed wankers with pasteful brains, so I'm far more likely to get agreement rather than antagonism. Especially when there's a really good chance if you get especially stupid, you'll get a video made about your stupidity, which is always a crowd favorite. Now, this is coming off the heels of the idiot who made a takedown video of me, branding me a sexist and racist, which, frankly, let's not kid ourselves, in this day and age will get you labeled as based with glowing endorsement. And yes, I will do a video of that takedown. I'm just wondering how much of that video my audience can stomach before they say they can't tolerate it, no matter how much venom I'm bringing to the table. But it's sort of something I want to do a quick rant on just because I'm seeing this kind of BS in the comment section in the last wee while. Do you know what really boils my blood? Do you know what makes me go from zero to berserker rage just like that? People who get offended on behalf of other people. Outside of property damage, I'm struggling to find any behavior pattern that enrages me more than that one. And lately I've seen a handful of comments who take issue with me generalizing, stereotyping, and being prejudicial or discriminatory. Let me explain something to the nitwits who find those things problematic. You all have learning disabilities. You are not born with those abilities, attitudes, or opinions. You learn them via experience and pattern recognition. If you don't generalize, stereotype, discriminate, or act in a prejudicial manner, you don't have a functioning brain. We all do these things. It's normal human behavior. The only time it gets excessive is when it spills over into bloodlust. Then it might get kind of problematic for legal reasons. But those who get annoyed about someone else's opinion or attitude towards certain groups outside of that window, get a life. Seriously. I said this before, any group, demographic, or region, you will have a handful of upper-tier individuals, the natural aristocratic elite. And as such, they will know the ins and outs, the good and the bad of their own group because they belong to that group. Which means there is an extremely high probability that they dislike the negatives of their own group just as much, if not more so, than those outside of their group who also dislike those same negative qualities. So you can have a general negative prejudicial view of that group for those reasons, and yet you will get along with the upper tier because you share an overlapping dislike of those same negative qualities. If you make generalizing or sweeping statements about a group, a demographic, or the opposite sex, and the people that share that collective identity do not have those negative qualities, do you know what they think? They don't give an ass because they know it does not include them. I speak about the opposite sex on this channel quite often, and not exactly with glowing praise. And YouTube is overwhelmingly male, so that doesn't exactly help. But in over 3 years, you know, I've never once had a single woman complain about my conduct. Not even once. I've had a bunch of neutered men take issue with my vocabulary, but never the women. Why do you think that is? I can openly say men are superior to women, which is true. I can say women are the property of men and that men should take care of that property and provide. Just because they're superior does not mean men should act like abrasive assholes and abuse that superiority. They must conduct themselves with a gentlemanly sense of duty and propriety. And you know what? No woman is ever going to give me hell or call me a misogynist for that. Do you know why? Because I'm not one. It's just an old school value. Hell, one of the first videos I ever did was saying I don't think women should vote. You know, the comment section was full of women agreeing with the statement. You know why? Because they understood their place is not in the public sphere. They might have some sense personally, but they know for every one of them that has any kind of sense, there's 5 of them that are clueless. Hell, I remember once saying that they've had male and female bosses and they prefer men because there's far less drama. The only time where this collective generalization or prejudicial opinion can become sort of problematic is when it's used to disparage an individual. And even then, recognize everyone has their prejudices and biases and you should act accordingly. Yes, that is unfair, life sucks, now grow a pair and get over it. Hell, a year ago, I played WoW with this English bloke, Simon, and he wasn't a fan of South Africans because he had some assholish neighbors, apparently. Frankly, Simon was kind of an asshole himself, so I can sort of see why the neighbors might not be too keen on him, but anyway. When he told me this and said he didn't like South Africans, I didn't kick up a fuss and assume he's going to dislike me just for that, because I'm not his former neighbors. Now me, as a South African, being the good ambassador for my country that I am with my wit and very blunt force trauma, I was in a good position to change his opinion on South Africans by being better than his neighbors and improving our reputation to him. Which I did. Because here's the reality. Everyone's got opinions and prejudices of everyone and everything around them. If you meet anyone, they've got opinions of you before you've even opened your mouth, based on a whole litany of things. You can either confirm all of their previously assumed positions, or you can subvert their expectations and improve the standing of your group. Choose wisely. Cheers for watching, and once again, I apologize for nothing.